Pace. What it do, yo? Team K here, back for part 2 of my fragrances. Today, we're going to talk about niche and clone / Middle Eastern fragrances. I don't have as many fragrances to show in this video compared to the first one, but I felt like it was still worth looking into, you know what I'm saying? Especially having two extremes, being, expensive niche fragrances versus, inexpensive clone or Middle Eastern fragrances, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was nice to have, two sides of the spectrum in one video, since I've already looked at the mid-ranged designer fragrances. And yeah, man. And we're gonna start today with Tonka Cola by Mancera. And this is a wonderful fragrance, bro. I love Tonka Cola right here. Because the fragrance, I've been looking for a cola-based fragrance for quite a while. And I really struggled to find a good one. You know what I'm saying? I had a sample of Roche's Enigma, which had a beautiful, absolutely wonderful scent profile to it. But the problem with that one was it didn't have the performance, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it had a great level of quality, you know what I'm saying? Great level of quality, but the performance just wasn't there, and that didn't really give me the reason to, spend hundreds of euros on it. So when I saw this, Tonka Cola, I decided to drop the loot on that one. I bought a used bottle, slightly used bottle, for like, what was it, 55, 60 bucks or something. And yeah, and this one gave me exactly what I wanted out of a cola-based fragrance. It gave me not a 100% replica of a Coca-Cola smell, but it does indeed smell like a version of cola, you know what I'm saying? Like cherry cola. And really, really love this one, you know what I'm saying? Because unlike a lot of other fragrances like that Roche Enigma, this one gives you that airiness, that fizziness that you get from a soda, you know what I'm saying, with that cola smell. And, you have some, spiciness also in there. It is just great stuff, bro. Really, really like this. But I'm not gonna unbox the bottle because it takes a while, you know what I mean? All I can say is they come in these little bags too, And yeah, but what I also like about this particular fragrance is that the sprayer is also pressurized, so you can actually dose the amount of fragrance that you want to spray. But yeah, moving on. We got another Mancera right here. And one thing I gotta say about Mancera is that I really love the fact that they are an affordable niche house. You know what I'm saying? They are niche, but they basically sell fragrances in the mid-range price point. You know what I'm saying? Like designer fragrances, basically. You know what I'm saying? Which makes it more affordable for a lot of normal class workers like myself to grab, some of these fragrances without having to break the bank and spend hundreds of euros on a fragrance or whatever. You can get unique scents for the price of a designer, and yeah, and the niche doesn't automatically mean it has to be like super expensive. Niche is pretty much what I would describe it as, fragrances made by a house that specializes only in fragrances, you know what I'm saying? And not like Prada or Dior or whatever, who are designers who also release fragrances, you know what I mean? Because there is a distinct difference between designer fragrances and niche. But anyways, moving on, we got Red Tobacco. One of my favorite fragrance of all time. I really love this one. This is a beautiful cherry pipe tobacco fragrance. Really amazing stuff. Beast mode as hell, you know what I'm saying? Literally, if you spray that shit on your clothing, it will stay for a whole week. Seriously, it is just beast mode as hell. And I said I'm not gonna unbox it, but fuck it. We have, you know, this little bottle, not bottle, the bag that the fragrance comes in. And then you got the bottle itself, which looks absolutely beautiful. And my version comes with a screw cap, which means that this is an older formulation. You know, the newer Mancera fragrances, they use magnetic caps. And I don't know if they also use magnetic caps on Red Tobacco. Because usually something like this means that these fragrances are reformulated, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if that's the same deal with Red Tobacco right here, if they have magnetic caps on them right now or not. All I can say is my bottle is a Beastmode performing fragrance. You know, beautiful scent in the dry down, you know what I'm saying? When I first sprayed it on, you know, I did not really like the opening because it's very chaotic and stuff. I actually hated it the first time I smelled it. But I gave it some time and I actually love the fragrance now from the opening all the way to the dry down. It's really, really beautiful, bro. But still beast mode, you know what I mean? And one fragrance that gets you noticed, bro. Like if you enter a room with that Red Tobacco, you know, everyone will draw their looks on you, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes not even positively, because this is a room filling fragrance, you know what I'm saying? This one will get you noticed, definitely. Then we got a fragrance by the house of Nishane. This is Ani. And this is a Middle Eastern brand. Also niche, you know what I'm saying? Because they specialize in fragrances only and have their own creations, unlike other Middle Eastern brands, which are just simply cloning fragrances, you know. And we have the beauty, the bottle. Looks beautiful as all hell. It's a work of art, bro. And this is one of the most beautiful vanilla fragrances that you will ever buy or smell or whatever. I love this one to death, man. You know what I mean? It's a fruity vanilla scent with some fresh aspects to them. A little bit of a herbaceousness in the opening and some smokiness in the dry down. You know what I mean? Love this one to death, bro. Ani by Nishane. Amazing, amazing scent. Then we got fragrance by the house of Parfum de Marly. This is Layton. And bro, let me tell you something, man. This is the fragrance that got me into niche fragrances. Because in the beginning, you know, when I was just collecting designer fragrances and buying clone fragrances here and there, you know what I'm saying, I always wanted to dive into niche fragrances, you know what I mean? And one time I had the chance to grab a sampler of this fragrance, and when I got it, I was like, man, this shit is beautiful as hell, bro. So I bought myself a bottle after that. And yeah, I love all about the house of Parfum de Marly, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the boxes themselves with these stripes and everything look beautiful. The fucking bottles, look at this shit, man. This is sturdy as fuck. You know what I mean? Bottle caps, heavy as shit. This is just amazing stuff, bro. You know what I mean? Great level of quality right here. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily cheap. You know what I mean? Parfum de Marly is one of the more expensive brands when it comes to fragrances, but their scent profiles are always very unique and interesting, and they just smell incredible, you know what I'm saying? But although I gotta say, this one is one of the gateway fragrances into niche, you know what I'm saying? This is not necessarily one of those fragrances that, in terms of scent profile, scream niche, you know what I'm saying? But this one just proved to me that niche fragrances don't have to smell skanky or fucking have to stink, you know what I'm saying? It just showed me that, fragrances can have a much higher level of quality, and that's what niche is basically about, you know what I mean? Most of the time, not always, but most of the time. Then we got some more Parfum de Mali action. This is Oajan. And yeah, this one is basically Christmas market in a bottle. Just fucking gorgeous, man. Really, really beautiful. Another one of those quintessential winter fragrances for me. This is a beautiful wear for the winter time, especially during Christmas in December. And yeah, I really, really love this one. Gorgeous bottle too, you know what I'm saying? Gorgeous bottle. I absolutely love it. And if you're looking for a great wintertime fragrance, get this. Oajan is incredible. Also is very well performing. But now we got another one from the house of Parfum de Mali, man. And this is my other #1 fragrance that I was speaking of in the last video. This is Carlisle. Bruh. This one, along with Dior Homme Parfum, this is just a work of art, man. Absolutely beautiful. 11 out of 10 scent for me. This is me in a bottle, basically. I fucking love this thing, man. Let me smell it. Yo. Bruh. I love this fragrance so much, man. You know what I mean? And once again, this is another one of those scents that I wear very, very rarely, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, every time I spray it on me, I fall head over heels in love with this shit all over again, man. Carlisle is just incredible, bro. It's one of the best fragrances that money can buy, if you ask me. This one, along with Dior Homme Parfum, the two best fragrances on the market, hands down. All right, and then the last niche fragrance that I have here is from the house of Xerjoff. This is Naxos. And bro, this is another one of those fragrances that I absolutely recommend, that I highly, highly recommend and love to death. I mean, look at the bottle, man. Bottle looks gorgeous as fuck, man. I mean, I love the shape of it, the bottle cap, you know what I mean? And this is a amazing fragrance, honey tobacco fragrance with some citrusy aspects to them. You know what I'm saying? This is apparently supposed to smell like some province or city in Italy or something, you know what I'm saying? Like Xerjoff, they are from Italy and they have a few fragrances that are based on Italy, And this is truly a remarkable fragrance, in my opinion. Absolutely wonderful, bro. I'm telling you, this shit is amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a best-selling fragrance in the house of Xerjoff for no reason, you know what I mean? Beautiful. All right, back we are. Now we're going to get into the Middle Eastern / clone fragrances. And immediately I'm going to start off with one of my most recent and probably one of the best fragrance acquisitions that I've made so far. And it's this one. Anatolia Beastmode by Success pour Parfum. It's from a German brand. And this fragrance right here is a clone of Xerjoff's Alexandria 2, which people always say, when it comes to clone fragrances, oh, this fragrance is 80% close or 90% close or 95% close. I've had a decant or sample bottle of Xerjoff's Alexandria 2, and I gotta say, man, I have never seen a more accurate clone of any fragrance like this one. This shit is fucking amazing. It blew my socks off. Seriously, man. This shit, except for the opening, which smells a little bit different for like the first 2-3 minutes. Besides that, it smells nearly identical to Xerjoff's Alexandria 2. Indistinguishable, man. I put Xerjoff's Alexandria 2 on the left back of my hand, and I put this on the right back of my hand. And man, this shit is one of probably the craziest Beastmode performing fragrances in my entire collection, man. This shit, for example, I sprayed it on this tester strip right here, and I can still smell it over a week later, bro. And not just faintly, I still can smell it very, very well off this tester strip, man. It was crazy, bro. Like, I was really floored by this brand, bro. You know what I mean? And by the way, you know, before anyone says anything, I'm not in any way, shape, or form sponsored by this brand. You know what I'm saying? I just discovered them on eBay because, you know, usually, you know, I will go on eBay and look for certain fragrances. Like, I was looking for Xerjoff's Alexandria 2 because, go try finding that fragrance for a good price. You know what I mean? Because I went on Xerjoff's website, looked for that fragrance, 50 ml, 350 euros, fucking 100 ml, measly 550 euros. That's insane, bro. You know what I mean? Then I went on eBay, you know what I mean, and looked for Xerjoff 2 by Alexandria, and then I listed, you know, I sorted the listings from the lowest price to the highest price, and this one popped up, you know what I mean? I thought I'd take a shot at it and see if it is really like Alexandria 2 or anything like it, and man, this shit blew me away, bro. Seriously, this is honestly two beast modes for me. You know what I mean? It was almost getting to a point where it even bothered me to a point, man, because at work I always also got a lot of reactions, you know what I'm saying, because one of my coworkers said to me, bro, the whole place smells like you, bro. You're crazy, man, and all that shit. I was like, fuck it, bro. I'll still wear it regardless. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, this was one of the best purchases I've ever made. You know what I mean? Because this one saved me so much money, bro. So much money. Because if I bought Alexandria 2 by Xerjoff, like an original bottle, man, I would have had to pay shitloads of money for it. You know what I mean? And yeah, and this one saved me a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Plus, this shit will stay on your clothing or whatever for over a week, man. It is insane, bro. You know what I mean? Alright, next up we got here a fragrance by Lattafa. This one is Confidential Private Gold. A fragrance that I do not like. It was cheap on their website, man. I saw it for 15 bucks. I figured, you know what? Let me just try this shit out. And yeah, this bottle is a clone of Tiziana Terenzi's Kirke or Xerjoff's Erba Pura, which I'm not a fan of. You know what I'm saying? It's just too fruity for me. Smells too feminine, bro. I'm not a fan of it. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about that joint. Then we got another Lattafa up in here. This one is called Nasheet. And this fragrance right here, bro, is a clone of a fragrance that I do already own. It's a clone of Nishane Ani with a, you know, bottle cap that resembles unwashed fragrances a lot. And I gotta say, man, this is a really, really well done clone, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it doesn't have the depth or the richness of Nishane Ani, but for the price that I paid for it, it was like 17, 18 bucks. For that price, I thought I'd grab it, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those scents that I put on when I go to the gym or whatever, and it does the job, you know what I mean? It's a really nice fragrance right here. Then we got Philos, or this is Opus Noir by Maison Alhambra. Where's the logo of these motherfuckers? There it is. And it's part of their Philos line. It's called, you know, this is a clone of Xerjoff's Opera. And I gotta say, bro, I've never smelled Opera or Opera by Xerjoff before. But I must say, man, this fragrance was incredible, man. I really, really love this a lot. And yeah, man, it's a nice fruity scent. You know, it's very fruity. But I really, really love it, bro. You know what I mean? It's very good, man. And it, being that this is only a 20 euro fragrance, has good lasting power, bro. I was pleasantly surprised how good it performed, you know what I mean? I was very, very pleasantly surprised. My cousin too, bro, even he wanted me to order 2 bottles for him, you know what I'm saying, just because he thought that scent was so good, man. Kept one for him, for his home, and 1 bottle for work. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've never seen him be so ecstatic about one single fragrance, but this is the one that really did it for him. You know, things can happen. Then we got La Yuqawam by Rasasi. Gotta say, beautiful fucking packaging, bro. This is a really nice packaging, wooden packaging right here with a magnetic cap, you know what I mean? Then on the inside we also have, I think, like a wooden bottle. I don't know, it might be glass or something, but the cap is wooden, you know what I mean? And this is a clone of Tuscan Leather by Tom Ford. Apparently, you know, I don't know if it really is because I've never smelled Tuscan Leather, but I've also had a bottle of Lattafa's Velvet Oud, and both fragrances smell pretty much the same, except this one is a little bit more earthy smelling, slightly more earthy smelling, and performs a little bit better. But that fragrance is also really, really well done, if you ask me. Okay, next up we got another Lattafa fragrance right here. This one is called Eternal Oud, and this one is also another fragrance that I really like. A lot of people say, man, this smells a lot like Grand Soir by MFK. Look at this. Look at the bottle. This looks ridiculous, man. Look like with the Karate Kid bonsai tree and shit. But yeah, man, I really love this fragrance, bro. Eternal Oud is part of Lattafa's Pride line, you know what I mean, which is basically fragrances, their own creations basically, and a lot of people say it smells like Grand Soir by Maison Francis Corjan. I don't know, I've never smelled Grand Soir, so I cannot speak on that, but what I can say is that I really like this fragrance a lot, bro. It does not have any oud in it. It's more of a, let me smell it. In the beginning it smells fruity, but then it becomes, yeah, a much more sweeter scent in a dry down. In a way, it reminds me a little bit of a less rugged version of Red Tobacco when it's dried down. You know what I mean? But this one, for the price, you can't beat that, man. I paid 35 euros for it. And yeah, this one has great performance, bro. Lasts forever. Hence the name Eternal Oud, you know what I mean? This is amazing, bro. You know what I mean? Great fragrance. Then we got, yeah, I can put this in a fucking frame, man. Fuck. We got here a fragrance by the house of Paris corner, and it's part of their Emir line. This one is called Celestial. And I gotta say, bro, this one has one of the most beautiful bottles that I've ever seen in the world of fragrances, bro. Look how amazing this bottle looks, you know, with this mint colored bottle right here, the eagle on the top. Shit is really amazing. I love the presentation on that one. Yep, beautiful. And this scent is a clone of Ganymede by Marc-Antoine Boire, or whatever his name is. But yeah, this fragrance is beautiful. Really, really nice. You know what I'm saying? It's like a citrusy, mineralic fragrance. You know what I mean? But haven't had any fragrance like this, so I thought I might just grab it. You know what I mean? And yeah, I was not disappointed by that one. It smells beautiful, even though I'm not really a big fan of fresh fragrances, you know. But that one was different enough for me to like it, you know. And then we got 3 more fragrances. Let me show this one first. So we got the last Lattafa fragrance here, and this is Khamrah, Qahwa. Basically, I don't know what Khamrah means, but Qahwa is I think Arabic for coffee. And yeah, Lattafa Khamrah been talked about so many times in the fragrance community. People kept drawing similarities to Angel Share by Killian with that original Khamrah. And bro, I had the previous fragrance that came out before this, the original Khamrah, and I was like, bro, where do they draw these similarities from, bro? Like, the original, it smelled nothing like that Angel Share shipment. I had a decant or a sample of Angel Share, and that shit smelled nothing alike. But apparently, to some people, when that original Khamrah came out, it smelled exactly like Angel Share. I don't see it. I could never smell the similarity between the two. So 2 completely different scents, you know what I'm saying? I guess people noses are broken, or fucking they just go by whatever fucking influencer says, you know what I'm saying? Fucking stupid, bro. You know what I mean? They can't form their own opinions, you know what I'm saying? They just want to jump on a hype train. And I did not like the original Khamrah, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. That original one was trash. It was just overly sweet. You know, nothing for me, man. But this one right here, Khamrah Qahwa, is essentially Khamrah 2, but it has an added coffee note to it, and that makes it different enough, you know, makes it different enough from the original that it doesn't smell like all too feminine and shit. You know what I'm saying? This one has a little bit more of a darker tone to it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just look at the bottle. It has this gradient on the bottom and shit. Juice is a little bit darker too. You know what I'm saying? Because with the original Khamrah, you know, the juice was just radiant orange. You know what I mean? And this one has more of a darker juice to it. You know what I mean? And yeah, I like this one a lot better than the original one. It's more up my alley. You know what I'm saying? Still smells quite a bit like the original, but like I said, it's a little bit darker than the original one, and that's why I enjoy this one a little bit more. You know what I mean? Really, really dope fragrance, man, by Lattafa. And then we got some Afnan fragrances left, and these are also older bottles. This one is Supremacy In Oud. This is basically a clone of Initio's Oud for Greatness. And look at the presentation. Presentation is great. Oh, man, open up. And look at this. It's a great presentation, bro. We got the bottle inside. Beautiful gradient bottle right here. Looks gorgeous. And yeah, Oud forward fragrance, man. I'm not really too huge of a fan of Oud fragrances, to be honest, because Oud, it has the problem that it a lot of times can smell medicinal, very medicinal or skanky and shit. This one smelled, it was like a sweeter take of Oud, which is why I like it. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed this one a lot more, like that other Oud for Greatness clone by Lattafa called Oud for Glory. I hated that one. That one was bad, bro. It was just not good, in my opinion. Even though that one apparently smelled a lot more similar to Oud for Greatness, I just did not like the Lattafa one. But this one, I liked it considerably more. Beautiful scent profile, sweet Oud fragrance, dope shit, really dope shit. And then lastly, I got another Afnan right here, Supremacy Not Only Intense, with one of the most stupid motherfucking names I've ever seen in fragrances. And I've seen a lot of stupid names in fragrances, but this one is just ridiculous, man. Because this is basically a clone of a clone of a clone. This is a clone of Nishane Ani, which is a clone of Creed Aventus. And there are a lot of Creed Aventus clones out there, but one of the most popular ones is Club de Nuit Intense Man by Armaf. You know what I'm saying? And they had like a limited edition Parfum version or whatever with you know, a gradient bottle that looked very similar to this. Look it up online. They had a very similar looking bottle to this. And, you know, Afnan, they wanted to jump in on a hype train and basically do some competition type thing and name this, to do some kind of spin-off from the Armaf fragrance, you know, the Club de Nuit limited edition Parfum, and named theirs, you know, not Supremacy Not Only Intense. It's fucking stupid, bro. But besides that, besides the fucking idiotic name, the fragrance itself, amazing. You know what I'm saying? Really, 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 really amazing. This is a beautiful, fruity, smoky, earthy fragrance. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like entirely like Creed Aventus, because in a dry down it develops more into a like a Baccarat Rouge type thing. You know what I'm saying? Where it becomes like this warm, how should I say, like a Baccarat Rouge type smelling fragrance in a dry down, you know. And this one really surprised me. You know what I'm saying? Super strong, very, very strong, because this is one of the earliest bottles that I bought. Got this one back in 2021, I think. And yeah, this shit is the shit, bro. I mean, I wore it the last time in the summertime of last year when I was out somewhere. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I sprayed it on my polo shirt or my t-shirt or whatever, and it stayed for 2-3 days, man. You know what I mean? And that shit was just really strong, powerful stuff, man. You know what I mean? And that's really weird considering that it's a clone fragrance from a Middle Eastern brand. And considering that this one was relatively cheap when I bought it, it was like 40, 45 bucks. And it performed crazy, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're done, man. This was my fragrance collection. And yeah, I hope you liked it. Hope you like my insights or whatever, you know. And I hope I will do the next video soon. It was actually pretty surprising to me that I made 2 videos back to back, you know, because usually I would take my sweet ass time with those videos, bro. But it happens, you know what I mean? Like I said, after that, we're gonna move on with the Blu-rays. I got a whole bunch of them. Then we're gonna move on to the the DVDs, and then in the meantime, like I said, I'll figure out how to do my vinyl collection videos, and then, you know, from there we're gonna film the vinyl collection. I think the stuff that probably most people would tune in after, you know what I mean? But you know, I showed my CD collection for a few years now. It's time to switch it up and do other things before I move back into this music thing, you know what I'm saying? Because prior to the CDs, I also showed my tapes, my cassette tapes. So, you know, I just did not want to keep it only hip hop, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to do also different content, switch it up, you know what I'm saying? And give you guys, put you on game on some of these fragrances that I have here, you know, all of these shits right here, bro, and give you some good tips or whatever. Hopefully I did not come off too too fruity or whatever, you know what I'm saying, because usually it's you know, people who are into fucking into cosmetic items and shit, man. But I love fragrances, bro, you know what I'm saying? I just love them, you know. They just give me a great sense of happiness, you know, when I smell them and shit. I don't know, I'm weird like that. But anyways, we'll see us in the next video. Blu-ray collection, part 1. And yeah, keep it cool, guys. Have a great one. And until then, peace out, yo.